Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Free Hammers Christmas Eve quick preview of the game for Boxing Day tomorrow at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace. Unscheduled, so I'm not expecting many people to be live in the chat today. If you do have any questions for the next podcast, which hopefully we'll do next week, just leave it in the comments for me. I'll get back to you. So, is Crystal Palace. Earlier in the season we did play them and we lost 2-1. That was a game of who was going to go fifth, I believe. I know it was early doors in the season, but at that point we was both having fairly good starts, and then obviously we're both capitulated and evened out a little bit. Crystal Palace are currently sitting in 12th with 23 points. They're having an okay season, they haven't got a real, from Zaha, they haven't got a real serious threat goal scorer. Jordan Ayew, he's never going to be a 20-goal a season striker. They're doing okay. Last time out, they lost to Newcastle 1-0. First goal for Almiron for Newcastle. Rare game that a player didn't get their first goal against West Ham, isn't it? That one. I say their top goal scorers are Jordan Ayew on 4 and Wilfried Zaha on 3. Returning hammers, obviously Sheku Kouyate and James Tomkins return for them to play for us, play against us. Obviously, they've got some good players. Milahojlovic is a good player. Schlupp's a good player. They've got a good goalie that we're apparently linked with. So yeah, they've got a few players that can hurt us. Obviously Zaha against Zabaleta is probably the big talking point of the day. Just on this game as well, guys, this is obviously a game with some fantastic history in terms of goals, and most of them this decade as well. Anyone remember this one? Andre Ayew, the brother, scored a banger, didn't he? 25 yards out. You've got obviously Dimmy's free kick, and obviously Andy Carroll also scored a worldie in this game. So hopefully we see another worldie tomorrow on Boxing Day. Looking at us, guys, obviously the big news is obviously there's no Fredericks. Means probably Zabaleta will be playing. Apparently Ben Johnson came on for the under-23s and went off within 15 minutes, so that rules him out as well. So yeah, Zabaleta against Zaha will be an interesting one. He will need a lot of protection around him. See on Hammer's chat saying about Snodgrass, although he's not the fastest, he's obviously a willing runner on the way back. So yeah, that's definitely something Zabs will need. Thank you, Merry Christmas from Thailand. David Trevich says, is Pellegrini worth his wages? I don't believe so. We'll find out in the next couple of games. So far in this season, no. If he manages to put a 2-3 game undefeated streak together, then you start looking up the table again rather than down. Obviously, who would it be? Roberto Fab or Martin? Pellegrini very coy in his press conference yesterday, saying that Fab and Martin can't play 2 games. So obviously, if Fab was to play Boxing Day, he won't play against Leicester. Or if Martin was to play against Palace, he won't play against Leicester. Also, very coy in terms of Roberto saying that, he still trusts Roberto. He still sees a good, he still had history or great career. He's very, very coy on that. But for me, if Fabianski's fit, I think Fabianski has to start. I think Leicester's too tough a game anyway. I don't want to just write it off as a loss, but if you're looking at a game at the 2, Crystal Palace or Leicester, Crystal Palace is the more winnable game, so you're more, you're better goalkeeper in that game, and then potentially play Martin, knowing that realistically we're probably not going to beat Leicester. They are a very, very good side. I know they had a poor result against Norwich the other day. Good shout from Gary there. Put Antonio up right back. Then you lose his threat up front with Haller. That's my only thing there. That's what I wouldn't like to see. Ellen's Hammer, Merry Christmas, thank you. How can we hurt them? So, team that played last time out, obviously, Hallow and Antonio up front. They can do Palace some damage if that was the same case. Fornals, you know, he's getting better. He's getting assists in his game now. He's another one. I'd love to see him get a goal, Fornals. I think he would go on and be a decent player. Not well beat up, but a really decent player for us and quite an important player. Will Felipe Anderson be back in the setup? Who knows? He's fit, so why not put him in? Lanzini's also probably ready for Leicester game. Let's say now, not the Palace game. But we've got enough to hurt them. Just Zaha, you know, Zaha just scares me a little bit because he can, you know, he can put a magic in out of nowhere. It could hurt us. It really, really could hurt us. In terms of prediction, guys, it's going to be quite a high scoring one. Usually these games are quite good games. Usually we beat them there and they beat us at London Stadium. So, yeah, I think anywhere from sort of 2-2 to maybe a 2-1 win for West Ham or a 3-2 win for West Ham. I can see it being reasonably high scoring. Also, sorry, just on that as well, obviously another one, Diop be welcome back into the team as well. He's another one. Would you play him at right back potentially? Just you're not going to get nothing going forward with him, but you're certainly going to get the defensive solidarity with him there. We have to play Antonio up front. Yeah, I totally agree as well. Yeah, so just short, sweet preview. I didn't want to go too much into detail. You know, you've got to get on with your wrapping your presents or getting your last bit of Christmas shopping. I will be back with a review. If it's not Boxing Day, it'll be the day after Boxing Day. A bit busy, obviously, as we all are over these next couple of days. We will try and do a podcast next week. Enjoy the game, guys. Hopefully, it's a real good Christmas sort of set of fixtures for us, and we're able to sort of turn things around and look a more attractive club in January for players that we will potentially sign. Don't get me wrong, I still wouldn't be surprised if we don't sign anyone. Yeah, hopefully we end 2019 on a high and go into 2020 believing we can sort of maybe, you know, get a nice, decent sort of top half finish. Hopefully it's not a relegation battle. These next sort of 4 or 5 games are crucial now. Until then, guys, thank you for watching. Come on, you irons, keep believing. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. About 200 away from 3,000 now, which would be an amazing achievement. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy. Let's go.